Hello and welcome to our new episode of Spire of Sorcery live streaming episode number 56, if I'm right.
Changing the I don't know the number of the episode.
Damn, I forgot.
This
Okay.
very short video is not going to show you any new visuals. We just wanted to catch up on the recent changes and talk about the things that we have discussed and decided upon in the recent few days.
Yeah, we'd like to introduce you to everything that we've decided to change after this roller coaster.
It was not a joke. It was not a joke. Everything I said in the previous stream was true. So we're switching to hex-based map. We're switching to turn-based controls and direct control of all the parties and all the events.
That's right. We're trying to shift playstyle to more direct control and allow user to interact.
Have more fun.
Yeah, finally have more fun than it's been before.
The first things that we've discussed was how are you going to control your party and how are you going to manage the events and make decisions. And we started from some assumptions. For example, that every action that you decide costs you certain magic energy. So maybe to make one decision or to make a different decision costs a different amount of energy.
So we're prototyping, right? So we're starting from scratch, from a white sheet of paper, and we're
something
building.
We should have done 2 years ago.
Yeah, but it's a big direction change for a project, so we need to start from basics and to find a proper mix of mechanics.
We started with having two values. One value was movement points or action points, and the other value was stamina. And the idea was that stamina is your battery, your fuel. And once you send the party sends all the stamina, then the party has to go back, recharge, and then go out again.
Yeah, and the reason for it is if we're allowing the player move the party on a map, then we need to restrict the distance somehow. So we're introducing this variable, this parameter to work with, and we're still thinking about the names.
We gave up on
overall...
stamina. Yeah, we gave up on stamina. The result of discussions for the last 2 days was that we cut it out. It was not necessary to get the same result that we received without it. What we are keeping though is the speed of movement, which is measured in movement points. So at the start of every turn, every character gets their maximum move points. And let's say you have a party with characters that have 6, 10, and 12 move points. The move points of the party are the move points of the lowest character in the party. So if you have someone who's really slow, then the party is going to move with the speed of that slow person.
Yeah, if there is crippled person or some damage to its legs or whatever, it will reduce the
injured,
movement
poison,
speed of
doesn't
the
matter,
whole
yeah.
party.
As always, and as previously, you can change the maximum move points of a character using equipment, using substances, using magic, and it's affected by traits, poisoning, injuries, and diseases. The map is made of regions. Every region has its own type of biome, whether or not it's a forest or it's a swamp. And so here on the map, you see the transition that we're making towards this mode. And you can see that there is a forest, there's another forest, there's the plains. And then you see the introduction of two types of fog of war that we've got. Didn't have that before, so you can see it here in the build. This is the area that Andrey is showing you right now.
Gray.
Yep. You know it's plains and hills, but you don't know what's in there. You don't know the resources. You don't know if there's anyone who's coming through that area. You don't really know.
So you saw it from afar, and you can tell that's definitely plains, but you don't know what events will happen with your party if they will travel this direction. So you need to explore this first. And there is this fog of war where you don't know nothing, and you need to go and find out what are regions, what are type of regions.
So basically, you always are in control of the heart of your territory, and then you have an idea about the type of biomes around that area, and then you have the unknown lands. So that changes things, and once you explore a region, the whole region opens up.
And about the exploration, current idea for exploration is that to explore the new region, you need to send the party to the edge of this region, and they will perform a ritual, exploration ritual, spend some time and magic energy, and this region will be revealed, and all the events, predictable events, resources, creatures, and everything that's placed in this region will be revealed to you, so you can plan your next exploration, your next road through this
You'll
region.
have more control basically over that. And then that brings us to the magic energy, and the magic energy that we discussed and agreed is that now every character has their own magic energy maximum capacity that they can have. The energy does not regenerate
outside
if you
of
have
the Spire.
Yeah, in the Spire as well. Like in the Spire, single characters, individual characters don't have their own capacity for energy. They're in the Spire, that's it. Like there's nothing. It's the common thing.
So they're connected to the Spire and they consume and spend the energy from the Spire.
Yep.
And there is no this term as a maximum capacity of magic energy. It's not used in the Spire at all.
In the Spire, yeah. But outside of the Spire, well, I mean, in the Spire, you have the maximum capacity. You see it because you have to compare different characters and you have to increase their fundamental
it's
magic.
there for planning, for you to plan your next expedition.
Also, if you want them to perform some rituals or spells, they cannot exceed their maximum capacity. If the ritual requires 200 and they're only up to 100, then there's no way that they can do it.
If it'll be in the Spire as well.
Yeah. But outside of the Spire, you see their current level of magic energy and the maximum that they have. And once they run out, you can replenish their energy by sending energy from the Spire. So that means basically that as long as you can supply them with the energy, they're going to go around and do stuff.
That's one of the biggest limits for your party outside the Spire. The magic energy is most important and valuable resource for your group, and if it's depleted, then your group capabilities are limited as well. They cannot cast anything, and they cannot protect themselves. They cannot use any kind of rituals. You need to find a way.
Yeah, you have to find a way of replenishing your energy.
There's always equipment and alchemy that can somehow close this gap in some situations, but not always. So
not really equipment, but yeah, I mean, like equipment cannot give you back your magic energy, but you can use it to solve the
it can help in some situations.
Yep.
That's right.
And finally, the cool thing that we've discussed and we want to make is allowing the mage to create an astral copy of the character so that the mage can join any party in the outside world for just this turn to participate in a specific action. So let's say you're in front of a locked door and no one in the party is able to open that door, but the mage can beam herself to the party for that action, perform that action, and then beam back. We think that's cool. We think that's a great mechanics of using your mage character.
Yeah, now mage becomes more important, and skills that's been previously not so useful for our mage, like travel magic or social.
Battle magic, even battle magic.
Yeah, battle magic can work for a mage now, so that's interesting and gives more opportunities for a mage, so you can level up his skills in all directions.
And that's pretty much it for today. I mean, this is what we're currently busy with. Not to overload you or anything. If you go to the forum, you'll read the summary of the changes we're taking the game through. And we expect for the next 3-4 weeks to be busy with these changes, with implementing these changes. On Monday next week, we're going to do a board prototype of the game, a test run. To see how that goes. Maybe you can show some of the thoughts on that, and that's about it.
Here is our main board that started it all. It's a prototype for that we'll be playing on Monday. We have a super tiny map and a couple of events and obstacles that group will need to overcome to reach their goal. Currently we have a goal to save our one of our apprentices that's been kidnapped or something like this.
Whatever.
It's just
whatever.
Something. X goal.
Just move. Yeah. So in theory, what we want to prove is that you can go the slow and safe way through the swamps. You can go the super fast way through the plains and face the risk of stingtail attack, or you can go through the forest, which is kind of in between, and then you have to deal with the bandits and their camp. And most events that we currently think of have their own home hex, where you can solve the whole event for the whole region. So if you go
like the source of the problem, if you find the source and you remove it, there is no problems for later groups in this area.
You go to the camp of the bandits, you kill them, or you negotiate with them, and then within this region, the whole forest becomes safe for you, so it's faster to travel.
So with this change, we're trying to introduce different kind of solutions for the same problem, and there will be always trade-offs. You're trade-offing this move speed for safety, or vice versa, or it's a more dangerous area but much faster travel speed, or you have some items that help you with stingtails. Then you can go this way, it will be safer for you. But in a different campaign, you'll be missing these items, so you'll try to find other ways. For example, maybe diplomacy with bandits is your option for current situation.
But basically, we want to have a pretty simple prototype that is fun. And if it's fun, then we're gonna move forward. And
Yep.
we were cutting off all the exciting things that just prevent us from seeing the core loop of the game. Because right now you could also say, you know, let's do this bigger and bring more stuff, and then it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, making content is next step when we'll settle down and lock down the basics.
Game developers are like alcoholics. They like to. Okay, we're missing YouTube.
Okay.
Basically, game developers like to generate new content, and if you let us have our own way without any focus and control, then we're just gonna create a bunch of content. But we have to stop ourselves from this, and we have to look at the core loop, and we have to first of all get this system to be fun, cutting off everything that is not necessary, and then we can make more content later.
What's fun for us? What's this?
Decisions, engagement.
Fun, right? So yeah, decisions, and there is no right solution for a problem. There's different solutions that will lead to different outcomes and will lead to a different style of problem solving.
And we missed that. I mean, when we're now looking at some of the older stuff that we've done for this game, and we look at that and we're like, well, it's not working properly. And we think, well, that's just a stupid design. It's just like we didn't do a good job designing this event, because this event basically has a good solution and the shit solutions. It shouldn't be this way. It should be more of a, well, there's no right way to solve it. There are different opportunities. So this is what we're trying to bring back into the game. Time is short. We have to be, very efficient in how we work and how we spend our time, and that's what we're doing right now. So please bear with us for
a lot of changes, and we'll be trying to do it as fast as possible, but step by step.
Whatever, we show progress in Discord, so you can check the Discord and so on.
Yeah, we've already published some information to the Discord as well about the map, about the prototype, and some other details, so you can always check out the status, how it's going.
Kind of.
More or less, yes. Okay, so...
But other than that, we're in a pretty good mood right now. I mean, not really excited or, jumping with joy. We would love to ship the game. But we're no longer depressed. I think we left the depression in the last year. It's just right now we have to be very efficient, and that's the
when there is direction, it's much more easier to work with a concept that has a direction and has a clear goal, what we are trying to reach, and what tools are we using to solve this problem, right? So we've decided that direct control, okay, it's a major tool. Decisions in these situations and a variety of options, it's also a tool. Pathfinding and deciding which way you'll lead your group is also a tool for this problem. So we've gathered all these tools together in this prototype, and we think that's a good direction for a game to evolve. And we'll figure it out during next week, what should be changed, what should be improved. But that's the base that we're working right now.
Yeah, we have to do it. Like, there's no more long arguments. We're just doing what we're doing. All right. See you guys next week. You can see already that the map is hex-based, and we'll see what we can do next week, but
we'll show you.
We must have something in a week. Okay. See you next week.
See ya.